Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome back to my channel. It's Monday, June 13th and it is 7:20 in the morning. I just got home from work not too long ago and I decided, since I'm usually up for like an hour or two when I get home in the morning anyway, I would use that time instead of like scrolling through YouTube, Facebook and all of that stuff. I would use it to film or refilm this video, since I didn't get the chance to refilm it last night after my camera battery died and I didn't know where to stop. Well, this video is going to be a book haul, if you can't already tell from the title of this video. I was gonna put 3 different book hauls together, but I decided to only do 2, so I'm going to be doing like book purchases that I didn't make from Book Outlet, and then all the books I got from BookCon, because I did go to BookCon last month. So I'm going to be doing that in this video, and because I have like 2 boxes plus books sitting in front of me, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So before I get into the books, I want to just go over like random tote bags that I have. And the first one is actually a tote bag I got for pre-ordering A Court of Mist and Fury. I got this like a couple days before I left to go to Chicago for BookCon. This is what it looks like if you haven't seen it already. It just has it says the Court of Thorns and Rose series, and it has websites on there. And I think this is actually from the cover of Throne of Glass, or not Throne of Glass, wrong series, A Court of Thorns and Roses. On the back is just a quote from A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm not really going to read that just because I haven't read the book yet. All the rest of these are tote bags that I actually got at BookCon, and the first one that I have here is a First in Line tote bag. I kept seeing these online everywhere, and this is what the bag looks like. The next tote bag I have here, I don't even think I used this one while I was there. If I did, not for long, but this was one from the Penguin Random House booth. And the next tote bag I have here is from Image Comics, and the last tote bag I have here is from Riveted Teen. And in this one, I'll take this out and show you. This is actually the badge from BookCon. I'm sure you've seen everybody's BookCon haul and BEA and BookCon haul, so you've seen the badges before, but this is just my badge and the lanyard that I got with it. And in this bag is just a bunch of little goodies that I got, like flyers, promotional items. It's like little magazines, and I think it might be bookmarks and stuff in here. Just a lot of basically promotional items. And I'm not going to take all of that out. Now I'm going to go into the books that I got at BookCon. And the first one I'm going to show is actually an audiobook, and this is I Almost Forgot About You, and this is by Terry McMillan, and it says it's actually read by the author. Next book I have here, which is actually one of the first books I picked up while at BookCon, and it's just it's a book production handbook, and it doesn't have any specific author on there. The next book I have here is Gemina, and this is the second book in the Illuminate Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And this is one of the books that I actually stood in line for, and I promise I stood in this line for almost 3 hours to get this and get it signed by the authors. Like I said, I do have it signed. It says, "For Brandy, take your shot," and they both signed it. And I also have bookmarks. One is for Illuminate and one is for Jay Kristoff's new book or new series that's starting. The first book in a new series is coming out in August of this year. And while I was in a line for this, I actually met Morgan. I talked about her in my last video. We just buddy read Illuminate, and we have plans to buddy read this. It was nice meeting her, and I'm glad, like, I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. The next book I have here is Alive by Scott Sigler. This follows, it's a teenage girl. She awakens and she finds herself in a coffin, and then she gets, like, she doesn't know who she, the book says she doesn't know who she is, where she is, or how she got there. So she finally gets out of a coffin, and then she finds herself in a room filled with a bunch of other caskets, and there are bodies in there. Some people are alive, some people are dead. And yeah, this sounded really interesting, and I was glad to see that he was there signing this, and they were giving away free copies. I did get this signed. It says, "Brandy, fear the spear." But yeah, when I got up there, he said he liked my hair, so that was nice. The next book I have here is The Diabolic, and this is by S.J. Kincaid. I'm not sure how to explain what this book is about. I will read the back of it just so you can get a general feel for it. It says, nothing can prepare you for a nemesis. A diabolic is ruthless. A diabolic is powerful. A diabolic has a single task. Kill in order to protect the person you've been created for. For nemesis, that person is Sidonia, heir to the Galactic Senate. But when the power-mad Emperor summons Sidonia to the Galactic Court as a hostage, there is only one way for Nemesis to protect Sidonia. She must become her. Now, one of the galaxy's most dangerous weapons is masquerading amidst politicians and two-faced senators' children, and Nemesis must find within herself the one thing that she's been told she doesn't have: humanity. I didn't go over when any of these are coming out, so I'll just briefly go over that. Gemini comes out, if you don't already know, this one comes out in October of this year. Alive, like I said, I think I said, is already out, and this one is coming out in November of this year, so I'll probably wait a little bit before I read this, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading this book. The next one I have is We Know It Was You by Maggie Thrash. It's a girl. Her name is, it's a beautiful cheerleader named Brittany Montague, and she throws herself off a bridge into a river. And they say, it says 8 days later, Benny, Flax, and Virginia Leeds will be the only ones who know why. It says this one is on sale October 4th of this year. The next book I have here is Intertitle Here by Rahul Kanakia. I hope that's how you say that. I'm not completely sure. This book follows the main character, and she has a dream of going to Stanford into med school afterwards. And in order to make herself stand out more than just her academic achievement, she says she lands herself a literary agent, and like in the course she's trying to write a book, and then it says she also gets a boyfriend just to make her book that she's trying to write more interesting. And in the process of doing this, her academics sort of slip, and it's just what she's trying to figure out what's more important, trying to live this perfect academic life or being able to live more outside of studying. So this sounded really interesting. This one is set to come out in August of this year, so that's a couple months away. The next book I have here is The 1,000th Floor, and this book is like futuristic New York City, and there is this tower that is 1,000 floors, and there's I think they said it was a robotic girl who lives on the 1,000th floor, and she's like the ideal of perfection or something like that. But then one day there's a party going on in this tower, and a girl falls from the top floor of this 1,000th floor building. So, and I didn't say this is by Catherine McGee, and this is actually a debut author. And this book is set to come out August 30th of this year. And I believe that they now currently have a cover out for that. So you can go check it out on it online or look on Goodreads or something to see for sure if they have a cover out for that. The next book I have here is Kids of Appetite by David Arnold, and this is actually the same author that wrote Mosquitoland. And honestly, I don't know what this book is about. I ended up I was trying to walk past the Penguin Random House booth, and somehow I ended up in a line. So I was like, since I'm in a line, might as well stay in the line, get another free book, why not? And the lady was standing there. She was like, oh, what do you like to read? I told her I liked everything, so this is the book she handed me. And yeah, so like I said, don't really know what this is about, but it comes out in September of this year. While I was at BookCon, I only actually bought 2 things, and the first thing I bought was a graphic novel, or really it's a comic, and this is Sex Criminals Volume 1, One Weird Trick by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. I'm not completely sure if that's how you say his name. And the other thing that I bought while I was at BookCon was actually this journal, and it says Books Turn Muggles into Wizards, and this is by the Harry Potter Alliance. That's a company name. And everything else in here is pretty much samplers. I have a Red Queen sampler. I have this little Image Comics thing, and it's just I think different comics that's coming out through this company during this year. I have this Epic Reads book. I put this in with the books instead of in the bag, the tote bag with everything else, just because there are samples and stuff like that. There's story samples, and there was an Allegiant excerpt, and it's like little stuff that I can actually read in it. And I have like a very small sampler for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the illustrated edition. I almost left it there, but it was like quite a few left, and it was like not towards the end of the day, but it was kind of dying down. And they had this picture of the mandrakes, and even though I haven't read any of the books, I've seen all of the movies, and that was like one of my favorite scenes in the second movie when they like pulled the mandrakes out and stuff like that, the baby mandrakes. So yeah, just a little sample. And I love this this page of the Phoenix, because that's like my favorite thing in all the Harry Potter movies. And another thing for Image Comics, and it's just like samples. I think it's like one chapter samples of different like new comics coming out this year. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. This is a magazine from Publisher Weekly. I haven't actually looked through this yet. It was somebody, when me and my friend walked in, it was like a lady standing right by the escalator just handing these out. So ended up with that. And the last thing I got, this is called Seductive Tables for Two: Tablescapes, Picnics, and Recipes that Inspire Romance by Mal Anderson. I think that's what her name is. And honestly, I don't know why I picked this up, and I thought that it would be like more recipe stuff. So most of the rest of these books I got from Amazon, and I do have some books from Half Price Books, but I will get into that once I get there. Right now, this is the Amazon section. So like really early on in the month, I think I picked up volumes 4 and volume 5 of Food Wars by Yudo Sakuda. The next set of books I got because I was participating in the mental health awareness readathon that was hosted by Ashley over at Bookish Realm, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get into that. So the first one I have here is Highly Illogical Behavior by John Corey Whaley. The next book I have here is Challenger Deep by Neil Shusterman. The next book I have here is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. And the last book that I picked up for that mental health awareness readathon was Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. And this cover is beautiful. So the next book I picked up in May was A Court of Mr. Fury by Sarah J. Maas. The next book I got from Amazon is The Last Star by Rick Yancey, and this is the final book in the 5th Wave series. The next book I got from Amazon was Everything by Nicola Yoon. The last thing I got from Amazon was the entire, like the complete Harry Potter series in box set, the paperback box set books I got from Half Price Books. And because of their 20% off, their extra 20% off sale, every book that I got was at least an extra $1 off from what's marked on the price tag on each of these books. So do keep that in mind. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started into those. The first book I have here is The Demon King, and this is the first book in the 7 Realms series by Cinda Williams Chima. Not really sure how to say that. So the next book I have here is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. The next book I have here is I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zuzak. The next book is Talon by Julie Kagawa. Don't really know how to say her last name either. Maybe I could look it up on the internet somewhere. The final book that I picked up at Half Price Books, The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. Those are all the books that I got from Amazon BookCon and Half Price Books in May. And I will be doing a separate video of my recent book outlet orders. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.